the lights will light soon. I want you to know that wherever darkness is shadowing you tonight, God's light will always shine. But during the seasons of our life, it can be hard to see the hope and promises of Jesus' presence in our life, can't it? The darkness can be overwhelming and it threatens to extinguish the light.
Sometimes family issues and conflict can make it darker. Sometimes challenges with our finances or employment make it darker. When we lose loved ones through death, it sure seems darker, especially if this is the first Christmas you're experiencing without that loved one. Illness and health issues can make it darker. Facing the concerns of aging can make it darker. Wars and national crises certainly make the light seem dim and the dark seem deep. Sometimes the darkness comes from our sins and poor choices. When we reap what we sow, we can feel so far from God and believe that He doesn't care about us anymore. It feels so dark. Finally, fear of the unknown or difficulty figuring out our path forward can make things seem darker. Sometimes we feel forgotten, left out, unnoticed, like nobody cares. We feel abandoned and betrayed, and people we've loved and cared about do things that hurt us, and it feels even darker. Sometimes, in the darkness, God seems far away, or not even there. Our doubts and hurts and losses feel so deep and so strong that it's hard to see the hope we had in the beauty of Jesus. Jesus' love, Jesus' joy, and Jesus' peace. And sometimes things seem so bad that it feels like Jesus isn't there, and there's no hope at all.
But the greatest tragedy isn't the darkness. The greatest tragedy would be if the darkness was permanent. For God so loved the world, He sent His only Son. And the angels said to the shepherds, Unto you this day in the city of David, a Savior who is Christ the Lord. In Him was life, and the life was the light of all people. Throughout history, Jesus has been sending light to a dark world. In the first words of the Bible, we see God's creative activity spark the universe into existence. In the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth was a formless void and the darkness covered the face of the deep. While the wind from God swept over the face of the waters. Then God said, Let there be light. God made sure His light would continue to go through the people, sometimes shining brightly for all to see, like a pillar of flame to lead them through the wilderness, and sometimes shaded by selfishness and sin. And then the prophet Isaiah spoke to God's people, exiled from the land of Babylon, far from home, seemingly far from God's light. The people who walk in the darkness have seen a great light. Those who lived in a land of deep darkness, on them a light has shined. The Gospel of John tells us that God's light shined in a new way through the baby born in Bethlehem. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was the beginning with God. All things came into being through Him, and without Him, not one thing came into being. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it.
When Jesus grew up, He taught His disciples that God's light shines through all of us too. In His Sermon on the Mount, He said, You are the light of the world. A city built in a hill cannot be hidden. No shine so others can see the works of God and give glory to your Father. There is light, there is light, there is Jesus, there is light. There is light. Friends, the darkness cannot defeat the light. Even the smallest light chases the darkness away. Whatever your darkness is tonight, I have good news. Jesus is born, and Jesus lives. His light cannot be extinguished. There is hope, there is light, there is Jesus, and even when you close your eyes for the last time, there is still light. Candles tonight will be lit to celebrate the light of the world, a light that cannot be extinguished. Hooray!